Well, hello, my fellow car modelers. How are you doing today? Welcome to another episode of the Model Car Enthusiast Podcast. We got 3 familiar faces, and we got 1 new one. We got Chet from Billboard Builds joining us. He is now, Chet, you're now officially a knucklehead. Welcome. And we are talking about an interesting subject, and I post this up on my Facebook group. Should multimedia kits built out of the box be allowed to compete in box stock classic, the contests? And this is it's kind of an interesting, lot of people feel one way or the other about it, but heck, man, I say we just take off with this, and we'll start with Irv from, who are you, Irv?
Who am I?
Yeah, who are you?
I am Arterake.
Should be tired after 7,200 miles.
Just coming back from a trip around the country.
Oh,
man, he was he saw all kinds of things carved into the earth and stuck in the earth and dug into the earth and
painted on the cars.
All over the...
Oh, and a matter of fact, he tagged one of the cars.
I did.
You did? You did tag? Oh, yeah, you went to the Cadillac
Ranch. Yeah, you're allowed to
Cadillac Ranch?
Yeah, that's cool. Right. How cool, man. You're part of some Americana right there, aren't you?
The paint is thick on those cars. It's amazing how much paint's on there.
I bet. And we'll just go around and introduce till we get totally talking about the subject. Chet?
I'm Chet. My channel's Billboards Builds. I'm probably the newest builder in the group.
Yeah. How long have you been building?
About 3 years now. I did as a kid in the 70s, and I only got back in the hobby about 3 years now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, see, there's a lot of people like you, a lot more than we all realize in the hobby that popped in after the kids are grown and they've done everything they've done and get into this.
Well, I became disabled and I needed something to do.
Yeah, and now look at you. It's just it's an addictive thing. Now you're stuck, and here you are doing YouTube and on podcast. You're doomed. Pappy, who are you?
Well, last time I looked at my driver's license, which was a little bit ago, I'm Fred Pappy Henry from West Georgia Rides and Customs. I've done this. This is really about my 100th year.
Yeah. George.
Hi, I'm George at Kitchen Table Scale Models. Most recently, I started building again around 2020 because I got bored during COVID and tired of playing computer games, and had a stash of about 400 models in my basement at the time, and decided I needed to do something about it. But I built my first model in probably somewhere around 1959.
Wow. You're probably you even though you took a break, you're the one who has been in the hobby and saw all the changes more than anything.
Even when I wasn't building, I remained sort of involved. I was, still occasionally buying kits. I always subscribed to, Scale Auto and the magazines, so I kind of kept up with what was going on.
Yeah.
Would occasionally darken the doorsteps of a mama meeting, but I really, I hadn't built for a long time, and then I got started again, and I haven't stopped.
I liked your last video. How you still had you kept your models. You busted out those old monogram NASCAR Cup cars that you built when they came out in '82.
Yeah, that's original. From my days of Thunder period.
Yeah, they look cool, but
well, we all remember those.
Seeing all the trends, it's going to be interesting getting your view on this subject, because you remember when these, I don't know, multimedia kits kind of. I think the hobby started with multimedia kits.
I'm about to say. I mean, you look back at some of the older kits. I mean, they're multi.
There's wood and there's metal and there's rubber and so that's and I guess it's kind of like it's a polite way of saying, George, you're old. But
you know what? I'd rather be old than dead. So I'm good with that.
That's right. Amen. I second that. I'd rather. I don't want everybody. I don't want everybody standing over me. Don't he look
Yeah,
good?
grow all sorts, but
I'm gonna raise up and go. Y'all are lying.
All right, so then we'll bounce it back to Irv and get you started, and we'll go, the whole clockwise thing here. Irv, what's your take on multimedia kits, and if they're built out of the box, is it fair for them to compete in the out of the box class, or what's it called? It's box stock class.
Box stock.
Well, I actually did a little bit of research, which
Whoa!
I know I don't do research, so
No.
just relax. But I checked, I went back, because I guess like NNL styles, I guess it doesn't matter because it's not really being judged. So I figured we're looking at like IPMS rules, and I actually
Yeah.
went back and looked at GSL rules,
Mm-hmm.
and they're kind of vague as far as what the kit would be to start with. The IPMS, that was really vague on their box stock information. So I think it's gonna. I would, and I think back in the day there weren't as many multimedia kits like commercially available. I mean, we had small cottage things, but not like today. You can buy those complete kits like from Japan. They're making complete. I mean, there were a couple, but not like you see today. It seems like they're more available today. I would think that if I am buying one of them and I want to compete in box stock at a judge show, you're almost going to have to get a hold of the show itself and see how they define what their rules are for that particular show. And if you're going to take it to 5 shows, they might be 5 different versions of box stock. Just
True.
like judging is different for each, even though you have a parameter, it seems like judging sometimes can be different for each show just based on what they're judging. So if it's a negative judging where you're deducting points, or doing it the other way around. So I don't think there's going to be a clear cut answer on which way it's going to go. You almost have to, if it's a show that you really really like and it's a judge show, I think your best information would be to find out before you build it
Oh yeah, definitely.
which way you're going to go. And someone building, it seems, in my experience, the multimedia kits are more challenging to build in general, just the
Mm-hmm.
nature of what they are.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're building one of them, are you just going to build it box stock, or are you going to go, are you an advanced builder where you're just going to go further than that, and then you won't be in that class anyway? So that's kind of my take on it. You know,
But do you think that, say you have a show and they are fine with, like a lot of the shows, what they require you to have is the instruction sheet displayed with the model, so it shows what is in the kit. And so if you have that, it's a multimedia kit. But a lot of your multimedia kits, of course, they come with photo etch in them, and they come with a lot of extra stuff that a lot
Resin,
of kits.
styrene.
And there are styrene kits that come with photo etch and even
Metal.
come with wiring and all that. So you could have all kinds of detail supplies that come with the kit. And as they state, also with you build, say, remember the AMT 57 Chevy that came with all the detail wire and stuff like that, and photo etch and all that. That's out of the box. You can prove it on the sheet. So let's say that long as you have the proof that what you've built is everything that was in that box, it's box stock, you didn't add anything, is it still right, do you think, that multimedia kits can go ahead and compete in the box stock class then?
again, I would go back to getting hold of the show, the people in charge, and see what their definition of what box stock is.
Okay, but you don't really have an opinion whether it's
Yeah,
right or
I
wrong.
don't. I'm not a big judge show guy, so
I
I'm
see.
probably not the right one to ask about that. But some of those multimedia kits, some of them, I don't even think they have instructions in them, do they?
Yeah, boy,
I
they
guess it
better.
depends
Some of them,
on
they could be really.
basic.
Some are basic. I mean, to have one here. I wonder if.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of. I mean, I have resin kits that are, like Motohaus resin, where you have a complete
Yeah.
kit, but it's
Yeah, I've
resin.
got here's the instruction sheet on this multimedia kit I have right here. So, yeah, they usually come with instruction stuff. I know I'm involved with the production of a multimedia kit coming out from Salvino's JR Models, the Lotus 38, and it's going to have a complete set of instructions. And this kit's going to have wiring. It's got photo etch. It's got resin. It's got white metal. 3D print. It's everything you can, even vacuum form. So, and rubber tires. I'm making the rubber tires. So, that is a multimedia kit, and it looks so fully detailed. But it'll technically be out of the box, and there'll be an instruction sheet to lay out. So, yeah, it's just kind of the whole thing is if they should or shouldn't even. But if the show okays it, it's okay, I guess. But so, Chet, what's your thoughts on the whole multimedia kits?
Well, I've never built one, but my opinion, if that's what came in the box, build it, and it should be box stock if that's how the box came.
Yeah.
You have more details, that you have more chances of screwing something up when you're building it. You still have to go through all the basics with a basic box stock kit as you do with a multimedia kit.
Yeah.
And there may be more details, but like I said, you still have to go through all the basics, and you still have to build it, and you still have to do a good job at it. And as far as I would figure, the judges go by the work you put into it, not necessarily all the details you added.
Good point. Yeah, that's very true. That is
There's
very
somebody
true.
that judged before that might have better answer.
I don't know about especially Pappy. He's been a judge, but I don't think he has better answers. Do you have a better answer?
Hold on, man.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, today I do.
Good. What's your thoughts on the whole thing? I mean, it's almost like kind of like a moral question more than
Yeah,
rules wise.
yeah. I mean, I'm kind of with Irv on that. Check number one. Check with if you're taking a multimedia kit to a show, if it's IPMS judge, do your research. Irv, you don't do research, do you? No.
Had he researched?
I think he just said that just to
I think he's just trying to impress us.
Yeah. But do your research. If you're going to research a multimedia kit, how you're going to build it. And I'm going to give you all a for instance here just in a minute. But if you're going to do a lot of research into building a multimedia kit, you want it to be, and I'm going to take one out of context right here. Do your research on the car. I have a good friend of mine in the Atlanta Car Model Enthusiast Club with us, Eric Cole, phenomenal builder. He is in the middle, and he shared this with us last Sunday at our meeting. He's building a Hero. It's the Porsche 1/12 scale. But if you're do your research, check with wherever you're taking this wonderful build that you're building, and do your research on how the car, if you're trying to do a replica, like my friend Eric Cole at Acme is doing. He's got a Hero 1/12 scale Porsche that he is just detailing to the max. And if you've owned or if you've ever built a Hero kit, I haven't, but I know Eric has built many of them. And he is putting a lot of effort, a lot of research into, to this car. He has taken a Hero kit and cut the side panel as far as the rear fenders, the front fenders, the doors, the trunk lid, the hood. He's taking that kit and he's pinning everything. Eric is going to the detail of this. Now, this is this Hero kit that he's taken and he's doing all this work to it. Everything, I mean, there's stuff on there that he's ordering in. He's cut the panels off of the car so he can show all the detail work that he is putting into this. Now, some of it does. If you know a Hero kit, it comes with a lot of stuff. It's got resin, it's got metal, it's got photo, yada, yada, yada. It's got wiring. But Eric is really, it's got something.
Hold that thought.
Squirrel. Oh,
Oh Lord.
oh gosh.
Okay, go on.
But Eric is really taking a lot of detail into this. He's ordered in these little neodyme uh, uh, magnets. I mean, they look like a grain of sand.
Mm-hmm.
That way, he can.
Oh, yeah,
What he's going to be doing? He's putting those in the end of the car with some pins. He's got alignment pins. That way, he can stick the fenders back on there. They snap in. He takes the hoses that from the vents and redirecting them with the magnets. But should that be allowed in a box stock? No. Now, I have been to shows and I have judged at shows that box stock basically. And no, I didn't just fall. Box stock
Sure.
is pretty much what comes in this kit. If you add something, that didn't come, that's not verbatim on this particular piece of paper, it come in that little cardboard box right there. It's not box stock. It is considered box stock plus.
Yeah.
And some clubs do have that. Some clubs do have that available at a lot of their shows. And now with something, multimedia.
Hold that thought.
No, don't need to.
Hold that thought. Oh God.
Go. Continue.
But
We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
But first again, I piggyback what Irv said. Check with your show. If you're doing your research on the kit to build a complete replica like that, do your research with the show that you're going to take it to. If you're going to an IPMS show, that if you want this, if you're doing this much work, do your legwork on the show. See what they're saying about box stock. If it came in that box, I would say it's box stock. But if it's something you're adding more stuff to, say ordering in, stuff that didn't come in there, like I like to do sometimes, that's considered box stock plus. So
If they have a class for box
if
stock,
they have a class,
or you just have to go find a class to compete in.
exactly. I mean, I don't have it. I don't know where it's at. There we go. That monster right there.
Oh, the big one.
That big 1/12 scale Camaro is not box stock by no means. So what would I do? I take it and I'll put it in, street machine, something like that. But again, do your legwork. That way you don't. Once you get to the show, it's not going to kill your day. But if you're going to an IPMS show where it is critical, and if you're going to try to go as far as getting the IPMS points, on your dossier with this build, to where you go to like a regional or even to a nationals level, do your legwork. Don't shoot yourself in the foot and get to the nationals and go, well, this is box stock plus, and then they go, no, it ain't. So that's my 2 cents worth.
Yeah, there
And again,
go.
you got to check each show because
Right.
the way I read IPMS rules, it was very vague in that area.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of like grouped all automotive together. It just said basically what the automotive class is. It didn't even break it down. So I think, and you might go to 5 different IPMS shows, and they might consider
5
box
different
stock different from
Yeah.
show to show. So
you'll get
I
5
think you
different
really got to treat each one separately.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
get 5 different answers sometimes.
Yeah,
I mean,
let
I'm
them
not,
define the rules to you before
Yeah.
you go.
please do.
Because what happens is people show up and they want to be in box stock, and then they get kicked out.
And then they get
and
butt
then
hurt. and all
everybody's
that.
got their feathers all ruffled
Yeah.
up, and then it's
Yep. Do your due diligence,
Exactly.
or do what Irv doesn't do: research. As they say.
I've been known to do a little bit of research.
As little as possible.
Yes.
You understand that? George,
Wow.
the guy who's been doing it for a long time.
I'm glad you shared the question up front because it gave me a couple days to think about it, and I actually did some research. I think there's
Oh,
two
cool.
parts to the question. at the risk of paraphrasing Led Zeppelin, it's what is and what should be.
Ooh, perfect. Beautiful.
What is I decided to look at what is first, and I went to the only real authority we have, and that's the IPMS. And I downloaded their judging guide, and what I discovered is their box stock category, they call them, or class, they call out of the box. And there are multiple categories: military, ships, cars, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, that have an out of the box class within the category. In each case, the definition is plastic parts only.
Really?
Now, what's interesting is, and I shared this with Matt, I did a a Google search, and I found a post that was posted by a guy named Michael. And this guy's the head military judge for IPMS, and I don't know what that means. And this is interesting because it sounds like it contradicts itself, but I think it really does give some clarity. It says, for anyone entering the out of box and or vintage categories, please check out the new rules. And this is from about a year ago. While the out of the box category allows multimedia kits, the multimedia parts are not allowed, except for parts exclusively listed in the class specific rules. So if your kit contains metal etched, photo etched, metal, resin, or 3D parts, they can't be used, even if it's the only part that came in the kit.
Huh.
Now, that's what is.
What
To
is?
me, if you're going to say out of the box, if it came in the box, it's good. And I don't care what kind of kit it is. If it's a multimedia kit and you used only what came in that box, in my rigid German engineer mind, you're good. The challenge I see in that is that we all know multimedia kits are a heck of a lot more difficult to put together, or can be, than your vintage AMT kit from the 70s, or an all plastic kit. I think the problem you run into is if you've got an out of the box multimedia kit sitting on a contest table next to an out of the box plain old styrene AMT kit from the 70s. The degree of difficulty in getting that multimedia kit is a heck of a lot higher. I don't enter a lot of judged shows, but I can tell you, if I put what I think the risk there is that because of the degree of difficulty of multimedia kits, judges could easily favor them, thinking, okay, that plastic kit is nice, but this kit's a lot more difficult to put together, and that needs to be taken into consideration.
Right.
And I'm not so sure that's right. So I kind of come back to what's my opinion on it. My opinion on that kind of waffles and goes to there's enough of categories in most shows that you don't need to put a multimedia kit in out of the box. There's tons of other categories there, and again, to me, the issue is, how do you fairly judge a well-built multimedia kit next to an equally well-built pure styrene kit? That's a challenge.
Yeah.
And I don't know that there's a way. I don't know that there's a way to fairly address it. But if I was to put a model on a table that again, if I was to put a model on a table that or if anybody was to put a model on the table that was built from a styrene kit, and it was really a well-built model, I think the risk there is that it could actually get beaten at a show by a multimedia kit that maybe is not as well built, but the judges were swayed by the fact that it was a highly difficult kit with a lot of multimedia parts. So, I which was a long way saying of, I don't know what the hell the right answer is.
I know, George. I'm kind of with you right there, because I mean, you kind of damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's you kind of have to, again, do your due diligence, do your research, show, do you do research on the kit, what came with it, and it's just, you better hope that judge or whoever you're at the mercy of that day had a good day.
I think the challenge is that knock it off. The challenge is that there's no uniformity in the rules as you go from show to show. To the extent there's any uniformity, the IPMS brings it, but then again, the individual IPMS chapters don't always follow the IPMS guidelines as far as judging categories and all that. I mean, I did a show in Pennsylvania last year where they had one category for civilian vehicles.
Yeah.
And
it's been a common complaint.
The interesting thing is that there was probably more civilian vehicles on the table than any other category out there. I mean, there were more cars and trucks on that table than there were airplanes and tanks and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, you're judging street rods against 18-wheelers, and I'm going.
And then you have the military tables almost empty.
Yeah,
and you got one table of cars that's packed full.
Yeah, I think PenCon was the show I did last September.
But if you go and George, I commend George for doing the research per verbatim IPMS. If you look at what IPMS mandates and regulates per for automotive trucks, cars like that, there's not that much criteria. But if you look at and I'm not bashing the aircraft and ships and armor and all that, but you look at the their criteria. Oh my God, it's just so much. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, you look at some tanks. Some tanks come with styrene tracks. Some then some tanks you take what's some of those that Andy sells, Matt? the Tacom.
Tacom. Yeah.
Tacom. You look at some of those and what comes with those. Now, those are multimedia kits. There's styrene, there's aluminum, there's hot metal.
Yeah, they are multimedia.
And I mean, what's IPMS got to say about that? So,
one thing to remember about IPMS though, when we're kind of looking at what their rules are, is what's the name of the organization?
Right.
International Plastic Modelers Society. So, I mean, it almost boils down to, are we promoting the modeling hobby, or are we promoting plastic models?
Plastic models, right.
And IPMS obviously is rooted in plastic models, so it makes sense for them to take the stand they are.
And two,
they took forever to get into the 21st century. So,
yeah, exactly. That's kind of where I'm going to take this comment right here. IPMS is great. Don't get me wrong. And their judging is great. Don't get me wrong. NNL style is great. Don't get me wrong. But if we're going to have a verbatim rules and regs, it needs to be updated. I mean, they need to get, they need to get together, like we really need a reason to get together as plastic model or as modelers. But there needs to be they need to get together, set a standard per every category and vote on it and go, this is how it is. This is how, if you're going to a region, or if you're going to a local show, that's fine. If you're going to regional, that's fine. But when you start talking about the national levels, where you're trying to really make that cut, there needs to be a rules and regs per verbatim what IPMS says. Mm-hmm. And when you get your butt hurt because you got dock points, you can go to a judge, and then they can go to the hosting club, and they can say, boom, it's in writing.
Yeah.
And that cuts out 99.9% of the pissing and moaning.
Well, right now the only tool like that we have is the IPMS judging guide,
Yeah.
and
Are,
you know,
are there any
I
other?
think the issue here is I mean, look how fast the hobby is evolving with 3D
Oh,
parts.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is. I just look at what was available 2 years ago compared to what's available today. We are going at rocket pace as far as development of this hobby,
Yeah.
and the show world is going to have to change to recognize the fact that there's kits that are available today that bear no resemblance to what we called a kit 10 years ago.
Yeah,
I mean,
30
I
years.
just
yeah.
picked up, or not just, but I've got one of those 48 Cadillac kits. I can't remember who does it, some Ukraine company.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's got resin in it. It's got 3D printed. It's got photo etched. Theoretically, that should be box stock.
Yeah.
I think the answer,
But-
if I think, I kind of learned, never bring up a problem unless you're ready to suggest a solution. I think the solution could be simple, unless you just have two different out of the box classes. You have a separate out of the box class for multimedia kits.
Yeah. Oh, and now
Whoop.
George goes.
We lost George. Hold that
Well,
thought.
here-
There he is.
Wow, how'd you do that? Now you're over
Now
there.
I'm over
Oh,
here.
my God.
Whoa,
Wait a minute.
slow down, slow down.
Dang it, I'm just now learning.
I'm
I'm
getting
learning
dizzy.
my left from my right.
I didn't touch anything. I think that's what it's going to take. It's going to
I'm
take.
about
It's
to
going
get
to take.
sick.
Some rewriting of the rules and the categories.
True.
Yeah,
True.
it's something to think about. Times change, kits change, and stuff. It's definitely.
Yeah.
On a quick subject, something you brought up about IPMS, P, plastic. That I had a conversation, and this, of course, is a totally different subject. I'm completely leaving what we're talking about, but that's the beauty of podcasting.
But we do.
Especially, so I was speaking with the president of IPMS Canada. We had a really good conversation. He came on to my other podcast. We discussed this whole thing about the focus on plastic kits. And I have been one that has been saying for a long time, I think it's time for IPMS to take the P out of IPMS.
International.
Just
modeling.
International Scale Model Society.
Something like that, because the hobby has changed. I mean, they started in 1962, I believe it is, and it was just an airplane club, mind you.
Yeah, I was building about 5 years in.
Yeah, young fella. But that was talked about. Well, something that he informed me about. He goes, it's actually being considered in where IPMS originated from. I don't know if you know this, but IPMS originated in Great Britain.
Mm-hmm.
So, as he put it, that's the mothership, and they are looking into all that, and in Europe, taking the P out. And even Canada is like, oh, yeah, well, if you do it, of course, we all do it. Again, that's the motherland. The United States IPMS said absolutely not. So there you go. It's like, guys, you just kind of got another way. Frank, he laid it out to me. He says, we've got dinosaurs that are kind of running the thing, and they have dropped a little dinosaur egg. So even when they're gone, they're still like, it's kind of implanted into the younger crowd to take up their. It's been like this since 1962. No need to change it. It's like,
Wow.
Yeah,
how much has changed
years.
since 1962? What kind of things have changed?
Well, in 1962, I had in 1962, I had a tail. About
Okay.
that long, probably. And I was swimming.
Yeah. Oh man. There you go. That's
Are
a lot
there
of
any-
change.
And I had a lot of competition at the time too.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
And I was like, I got to get that egg.
Yeah. Going for the egg.
Are there
well,
any
before
judge shows other than IPMS shows anymore? Maybe
Oh
our
yeah.
viewers
Yeah.
would know of
Oh
other
yeah.
shows. I
Lot
know
of
with GSL, their rules for like box stock were very, very well defined. Like you couldn't shave off emblems. You couldn't. You could
wow, really.
like you could sand the seams off of chrome, and you could replate it, but it had to stay chrome. They're very specific, but because Mark was a lawyer, so the rules are written like they're like very, very specific, what you can and cannot do in box stock for his show. That show was very specific on all the classes
Yeah.
about what you could and could not do. Now that's one show. It's not an organization that had multiple shows. So I know it seems like the IPMS shows, when you go to them, at least here in the South, there is some variance on how they judge. GSL was always a negative point system, so everybody had 100 points, and then they deduct for like a mold line, a seam, excessive glue, too much paint. They deducted as you went. I don't know how IPMS, how their judge, is it tallied up and the one with the most points? True negative, you always start with 100, no matter what the complexity of the kit was. You're judged on the craftsmanship, not on the amount of parts.
Well, craftsmanship, I've helped judge some IPMS shows, but it was basically like they would come, if they didn't have somebody at the show that day that judged, say, a category cars, you better have some, they would require you to have some knowledge. Have you ever built, this kit? And if you didn't, it kind of, you'd start looking at craftsmanship, you start looking at the quality, seam lines, glue joints, things like that, alignment, alignment of tires, wheels. Uh, gosh, I mean, it's just there was such a criteria that we would look at, and if you thought that you shouldn't, your opinion in of that particular model was not good, you just kind of step out of that conversation on that said car, truck, or what have you.
Yeah.
But they asked me one time, "You want to judge? Can you judge aircraft?" I'm like, "Hell no, I ain't judging no aircraft. I'm around that shit every day." I'm like, "No." No, I mean, that's 1-to-1 scale, but I mean, I'm not. Am I an authoritative figure on armor? No. Was I around it? Yeah.
I think
Was I around aircraft? Yeah. But
the challenge for the judges is, it's easy to say we're going to judge a given model based upon the quality of its build and assembly,
Mhm.
and that's the criteria we're going to use. Human nature being human nature, we're going to be swayed by multimedia kits if they're even
Always.
reasonably well done. And I'll draw on a personal example, and I think I actually brought this up on one of our get-togethers one time. The Baltimore IPMS show a couple of years ago. I'm one of the few car guys in the show, in the club, so they make me the head car judge. And we had there. It came down to two cars. One is that wide body Mustang that Lewis Hicks made.
Oh yeah.
I know you guys have seen that thing. That is an absolutely
Mhm.
stunning build. And the other was a nicely done rear engine rail that had a fabulous paint job and was loaded with aftermarket photo etched parts and detailing and stuff. But you looked at little things like the little buckles that they put on valve covers to hold the blower straps, and they're
Mhm.
crooked, and the quality or the workmanship wasn't there. But we had four guys voting on that class, and three of them were swayed by that. They just thought all that paint job and the detailing just blew them away. Whereas, Lewis Hicks Mustang is a masterpiece. I don't know, Matt, I know you've probably seen pictures of it, and
Oh
because I
yeah,
know you had Lewis
Yeah.
on Irv, you probably have even seen it.
I've seen it.
But
I've seen it in person.
I
I
mean,
have
that
too.
is an absolute stunning model, and it's just. I mean, I felt bad because I'm kind of a friend of Lewis. I actually went up to him at a mama meeting and apologized. I said, "Yeah, I'm sorry you didn't take that award. You really should have." So anyway, and I think that same kind of
I've seen that happen.
situation could easily arise if we start trying to judge a multimedia kit next to a box stock plastic kit.
Not too long ago. I think we kind of one of the earlier podcasts we had. About box stock, which I mean we're talking about box stock, but people, people look at can you build a box stock as good as throwing all the bells and whistles to it? It kind of shadows that a little bit. So
Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I'm going to cut that out so I don't
Swirl.
Hold that thought.
hold the flaw. You want to take a quick drink break there?
Hold that fart. I mean, hold that thought. That wasn't a fart.
And we're back.
Okay. Not until I write the. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, before I speak my piece on the subject, I've got a few things to read or stuff. I'm basically a couple of guys who couldn't get on here still had an opinion, and I'm going to voice it for them. Which our buddy Jim Drew, he mentioned here on a text. He is of the opinion, yes, they should, because they're usually considerably harder than a plastic box stock build to build nicely. And like take the two Mercedes he's working on right now, for instance. Mm-hmm. And anyways, have a good show. So his opinion is they should be, if it's out of the box, it's out of the box. And I kind of agree with that. Out of the box, it's out of the box. It's a model kit. You gotta get away from this styrene manufactured, from the companies, thing. There's, these smaller companies like Model Factory, Hero, and whatnot that do these multimedia kits. And the thing about multimedia kits is the whole point of them is it's a subject matter that is really not popular enough that they're going to sell enough kits to do the investing of big metal, $350,000 for metal, metal tooling to do styrene injections. So it's cheaper to do multimedia, and that is the point of that. But it shouldn't sway the fact that it's still a model kit. It's a subject that somebody wants to build. It's the only way they can build this particular car, and they want to build it just out of the box. What came in the box? They want to add anything extra but paint. Is usually how it is you can't do anything except you can paint it, and that's obviously paint isn't in the box and the glue isn't in the box, so that doesn't count. But and that's sort of my opinion of it all. And like as Jim said, it's a thing about it's sometimes it's a little harder. So I guess it's going to be the more advanced modeler is going to be able to pull off a box stock kit, and everybody knows it. So there you go. That also could be, but that's competing. It's all about the more advanced modeler is the one who wins. It doesn't really matter what kit they go, because if they were to build, say, this box stock, this Salvino's NASCAR model right here I have, it's going to be excellent if they're that level of builder. So they're going to compete in your class. It's not so much the model as it is the modeler at that point when it comes to the box stock class. Talked to our other buddy Tim Brown. He couldn't make it because he's finishing up the last of his springtime yard work. And he says I'm gonna be working until like 9 o'clock tonight. So he's
But
right now
Sam
mowing
got
and
him out there
sweating.
putting that paint on that deck's what he's doing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that dead. He sent me pictures. It's turning out beautiful. But he says he sees it all the time. He goes and he likes to enter box stock class. He says, that is, it is what it is. He says, but he goes, I've seen it, and he has been beaten many times by, he'll come. He has a box stock build. He says, I go to put it, and I go, there's someone with a multimedia kit. But again, out of box is out of box. The guy has the instructions laying there with his kit. Everything came out of that box of that model kit. So,
and Tim builds multi-genre also. I mean, he's not just automotive truck or anything like that.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I mean,
so
he does military a lot.
He does. He goes
He's done
everywhere.
about a half dozen pulling tractors.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
him
point.
And I, we
What
talked
about-
about that. We talked about that. He says, so technically my pulling tractors, he goes, I don't do anything. I don't add anything to them. I'm building those pulling tractors. Those are box stock. Well, yeah,
3D
except you put the only thing that knocks them out of box stock is he puts aftermarket decals on them. If you were to build one without the decals that you got directly from the manufacturer, which was Matthew over at
MCV.
Model Car Videos products, MCV products.
MCVproducts.com.
There you go. And it's what he got in the box. If he didn't put the STS decals on it, he would have an out of the box competitor there. And his pulling tractors are the rage.
They are.
But I went ahead and I presented this question to my Facebook group, as I mentioned earlier. Let me see. I'm going to try to pull up a couple of what some people said.
You mean the bully Ajax didn't have nothing to say about this?
Oh, I know. All he did was make this suggest. I'll give him that. Ajax was the one who suggested.
He started this mess.
Yeah. So he says, let's see what
Thanks,
people
Ted.
say. And of course, there's a lot of them just flat out said, yes, of course. And yes, it came out of the box. It's good to me. Let's see. This one, well, come on, work for me here. Seeing as many Japanese manufacturers included photo etch parts and foil emblems in the box, both AMT and Revell Pro Modeler line, we've seen all that, like we talked about earlier. He doesn't see why not, if it's multimedia or if it's from the styrene manufacturers, because honestly, if someone says, well, that multimedia kit shouldn't be allowed in box stock, yet someone brings one of the Tamiya Nissan Fairlady, for instance, that came out fairly, that had some, I think, photo etch and some wiring and stuff in that. Or I know that Tamiya is known to do that.
Yeah, I've got some. I think I got some Tamiya out there that's got styrene. It's got metal axles. It's got some pot. I call it pot metal. It's got that. It's got rubber tires. It's I think it's the Ferrari. I want to say the F40 kit.
Oh yeah.
Fujimi's another.
Well, I just opened up. I'm getting ready to start the Italeri Lancia Fulvia kit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
there you go.
There you go.
That disqualifies me from box stock.
Well, George, I'm gonna kind of. Well, I don't want to touch it because that thing is so small.
If it came in the box, it technically it doesn't. It doesn't.
By IPMS rules, I can't use this.
Oh, IPMS
rules.
Yeah,
by IPMS. But I just finished a monogram, 1/43 scale, 289 Cobra. I built that in honor of one of our friends that we lost.
The old miniatures that they came out with back in the 80s.
Yellow box art. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
they were neat little kits.
Yes, they were. Well, guess what came in it?
Photo etch.
It had photo etch. That's one of the first kits I saw with photo etch.
The only thing now, when I built this, I built it what I think's box stock, but and I have a very big one. I didn't use the decals. I painted the stripes on that car. So, is it box stock? Or is it box stock plus?
Well, it came with the stripes as decals, but you decided to paint it. See, I wonder if that would knock it out of box stock.
I'm sure it would.
I think you're
Depends on
allowed
the
to
rules. Depends how they define their rules.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Should it? I don't think so. You still build. There's nothing on that didn't come in the box other than paint.
Right.
And they said they can add paint, so you're just adding more paint.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't see an
You'd
issue
be
with
able
that in
to.
box stock.
but yeah, that was and that's one of the when did that come out, George? In the 80s?
They were in the 80s. Yeah, they had a little Corvette Roadster.
Yeah, I got the
And
Corvette
they had a
in my stash.
Cobra, and
Also.
I want to say those are the only ones they had. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think
It was only two.
more. I know I got a Corvette, and I just recently built the 143rd Cobra for a friend of ours that we lost in Acme.
I built a Corvette, but it kind of got lost in the shuffle somewhere between here and my last house.
So a couple other points. A few people said. Let's see. Here's one. I think he talks about IPMS, Judge. I was literally just having this discussion with some IPMS judges. I know in the military kit world, some kits are now coming with codes for you to download and 3D print parts. We were discussing whether or not this still counts as box stock because the code is included in the box. I think that's stretching.
Wow. Yeah,
That's interesting. I guess that's something
Yeah,
that's going on.
I think
I'd
that's
like,
kind of.
yeah, I'd like
The
to.
judges said they'd allow it, but personally, I don't know. Yeah, just because the code comes in the box, is it actually the part? That's a really blurred line right there.
Mhm.
That's a really blurred line.
Well, the prize used to come in the cereal box, but did you eat it?
Well, that's an interesting way to put it.
Interesting thought.
no.
Maybe by mistake.
But yeah, it's very interesting. If you can go onto the Luka C Model Car headquarters.
Facebook group.
What's that? Yeah,
Yeah,
the
on the
Facebook
Facebook group.
over on the Facebook group, you could find that question was posted on there, and there's about 35, 38 comments on there, and really good stuff actually. Nobody lost their mind or anything. Everybody was pretty civil in that, and it was a really good. Some people felt this way, and some people felt that way, and
I
they
can't
had
believe.
very good
Well,
points. So
that
it's,
went
I
well
can't-
because nobody brought up Rust-Oleum.
Oh.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
as long as that doesn't get brought up.
Yeah, that didn't get brought up.
That's
Yeah,
the thing that
Rust-Oleum didn't come
lights
with
a
it.
fire.
Pylon.
Holy
Yeah.
cow!
Wow, boy, that was stirring. the
But
pot.
me personally, my thing
There
is,
you go.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, that's not out of the box.
Send that to me, Chet. I need a distributor wire with yellow plug wires.
But I
That's
personally,
Rust-Oleum.
That's actually what I'm gonna probably do tonight.
is that out of the box? Did you
It's
paint that with
Rust-Oleum on
Rust-Oleum?
it because it's lawn chair furniture.
There you go.
Yeah, it come out of
Got Rust-Oleum on it.
my mailbox that I ordered
Oh,
from
gee.
MCB Products.
For those who are just listening, our friend Irvin from the Arterake held up a I don't know what scale that would be. It almost looks
Well,
kind of 12
125th.
scale, but it's
my
like a lawn chair, a resin lawn chair that is painted with Rust-Oleum.
And this is
Properly painted, properly used.
Painted lawn
and
furniture.
this is Pappy
Somebody might
Stirring-
make
stirring the
about-
pot. Stirring the pot.
Happy stirring the pot.
Wow.
Well, for me, and I kind of said it before, my thing is it's a model kit out of the box. As long as everything that's in the box was used and nothing outside of it. I'm of the opinion when it comes to out of the box too. The things that are allowed, paint. Like I would think that what you did, Fred, with that Cobra, painting the stripes instead of using decal, I would say is still okay.
Yeah, I-
But then there's the little thing which we can get into a whole nother subject when it just comes to box stock class, is some say yes, some say no about bare metal foil. That's technically kind of an aftermarket decal. I lean it more towards it's just another form of painting the model. But I don't know. I'm kind of like this about bare metal foil, but that's for another subject. But my opinion is of as far as multimedia kits, you have the instructions. You built this thing with everything that was in the box. You didn't add anything to it but paint and glue. I would say that it's a go, and usually, yeah, those are the ones that win because usually it's an advanced modeler that's building it. And one thing that I know a lot of people will kind of talk down on allowing stuff like that or advanced modelers coming in and getting into box stock. There, some people are thinking box stock class is like for beginners. You know, that's kind of like there's actually gatekeeping of beginners or I'll just say it. This will probably make some people upset, but you're modelers that are mediocre. And they think, well, I'll enter box stock class because I'm not competing against the big guys and all that. And it's just like, no, I think that takes away the point of box stock. I think box stock, if anything, your excellence in modeling should be even at a higher level because that is the test of the basics in model building and the excellence of model building because you don't have any glitz and glamour to you just got what's in the box. You can't get any aftermarket to impress with. Like you were saying that that dragster that a lot of people voted for that dragster, George, because it had all this, and I've seen it so many times where this a model will be loaded up with all kinds of detail parts and stuff, but if things are crooked and not done well and it's not clean, to me that's the basics of model building. It's not what they put on it; it's how they put it on. Is how I judge.
This almost gets into a different topic, but
yeah, it does.
In that, in the case you mentioned about that dragster compared to Lewis's Mustang, what caught everybody's attention was this amazing, almost a lace paint job on it. That was so well done. It really was eye catching, and it was really neatly done. The guy's a talented painter, but it looked like I assembled it. You know?
Oh, are you being blunt and honest? Yeah.
Don't discredit yourself like that, George.
Yeah. So
I had a similar. I was at an IPMS show one time, and I wasn't a judge, thank God, but I did see this come down to the wire and it was actually between first and most IPMS is either first place, second place, but this was at a gold, silver, bronze, and this was for the gold. Difference between gold and silver was it was the tires on the one that got silver wasn't sanded. The tread wasn't sanded.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at another show one time, same criteria. And it came down, and I take this bit of constructive criticism on every build I build now. And it came down to two builders. I was one of them. It wasn't on this particular one, but it came down. I didn't have a lower radiator hose on. The one that got
unacceptable.
The Fred. One that got gold.
What's a lower radiator hose?
That's that thing. That's that thing you don't ever throw away now.
Piece I could never get in there.
Yeah, but
how many times do we blow that off?
I did not put a lower radiator hose on. The one that got first place had a lower and upper on it, and I was just like, that'll never happen again. I make sure that sucker goes on.
You learned.
I learned.
Yeah.
And it you take honestly, with the shows and stuff nowadays, I guess I've been to so many that I enjoy the camaraderie. I enjoy the vendors. To where, because I'm here to tell you, when Vicky and I moved and this model room is now finished, thank God, I didn't put up any of the. I did. I put a lot. I put some of the awards that are very sentimental to me. The Atlanta top 10. I mean, there's a couple. I've got a couple of my magazine cars that I have, that I've done over the years. I've got, photos up of that. But, it's, when you get an award, guess what? It's just something else to dust.
This is
And
true.
a lot, and I'm here to tell y'all, some of the plaques and awards that I have received over my tenure of building and going to shows, they're in this closet right over here, stacked on the shelf. But I've got, I got some of the bigger ones that I got a Phantom Furball 2020 Best Ford Mustang hanging on the wall, Acme Top 10. I mean, that's some of the sentimental stuff, but. Did I receive those because of a multimedia kit? Hell no. Because I throwed all the bells and whistles to those. But another subject for another day.
That is. But multimedia kits, all in all, if it's out of the box, it's box stock. That's
Build it. Build it.
Wow, man.
lacking any clear direction from some authority to the contrary, out of the box is out of the box.
Yeah, if it's not in the rules of the show that you're going to, that box stock is automatic, or that multimedia kits are automatically disqualified from box stock class, then I think you're good.
Do your due diligence. Research your car, truck, whatever you're building. Do your due diligence on that. But before you take it to the show, call the club. Call the club that you're going to take it to. See what their opinion is on it. That way you don't walk in there and get your butt hurt. Because I'm here to tell you guys out here in the model community that's listening to the podcast, that listens to us on our channel, our social media channels. Go to a show, have fun. That's the best part about it right there. Don't worry about that award. Get out there, hang out with your buddies and everything. Buy you some glue, snip the hell out of it, paint them cars.
Yeah.
What is it,
That's
man?
why I'm into it.
Saw that
Cut the
styrene.
styrene, yeah.
Cut that
Rub
styrene.
your
Glue your
and
fingers and your nose to the
styrene
bench.
together, yeah.
Have a blast. Have a blast. If you got questions, get on the Luka C Facebook page. Get on all of our pages. We are pretty transparent. We'll tell you what you
Absolutely
want to hear. We'll tell you what you might not want to hear. But there's a lot of knowledge. I mean, look at which way am I going to point? Nope, I knew I'd frig it up. This fella right over here, he's got a world of knowledge. He's got many years on it. I'm still a little young fellow of 63 years old, but reach out to us. We do not mind giving y'all.
That's why we do what we do.
I get questions on Facebook. I get questions on YouTube. I get questions on Instagram daily. What's your thoughts on this? What do you use?
Yeah.
How you gonna learn? Best way to learn is make a mistake.
Well, and that's what's great about the social media is it's so much easier to learn today than it was when we were all little childrens trying to build these models.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the rate at which we can gain knowledge today through social media is logarithmically quicker than it was 10 years ago.
Exactly.
I mean,
20 years ago.
Information is so readily available, and with the community, there's so many people out there like Matt and Fred, you and Irvin and everybody. I mean, who are willing to jump in and answer questions.
Mm-hmm.
I think the takeaway from this is that lacking any uniformity as far as what the definition is. If you're going to enter something and out of the box, understand what the rules of the show are before you go.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't go to a gunfight with your gun unloaded.
Don't take a knife to a gunfight.
Don't take a knife to a gunfight.
All right. Well, with that said, guys, I think we covered this subject, and that's how it is. And well, we'll just go ahead and everybody. We'll start over there with Irvin of the Arterake. Say your piece.
Speak your piece.
On YouTube, And that's pretty much it.
That's it. Just YouTube. Boy, he's
I got a
real tired. He's
Facebook
been on.
page. I mean, I got my own Facebook page. I don't have a
He's been
I don't
on.
have a channel Facebook page.
He's
Yeah.
been on
Yeah,
a
but you're
28-day
on there.
vacation.
You can write me a letter.
Oh, jeez. Go old school with that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not
In
with the price of
cursive. You
stamps
gotta do it
fixing
in
to go up.
cursive.
And Chet,
Yep. I get billboards builds on YouTube.
hold on. Something's up. Let me check
Facebook
here.
page, but I hardly ever don't do anything on it.
Hey, Chet.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again, Chet.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me.
Hold on.
Hold on.
I'm holding.
Go ahead. Start again now.
Okay, I'm Chet, Billboard. My channel's Billboards Builds on YouTube, and I do have a Billboards Builds Facebook page, but I hardly ever go on it. And I'm going to say, I learned so much from all you guys on your YouTube channels on stuff to do that's improved my models.
Glad to hear that. And you are, like you said, you stated you're kind of the rookie in the building thing. You've only been doing it for 3 years, and yeah, you definitely you jumped in and got involved in the whole social media thing. And go check his channel out down in the description. Everybody's link to their channel is in the description below. Check out Chet's. He's doing some cool things, and he's building a really cool 68 Barracuda that he got the conversion kit from this one company that we've heard of. What are they? The Luka C thing.
Oh, the quality that
Some
quality you
Merchandise,
look at and
hear.
product, something like that.
Yes, quality you can hear. That's what it is.
quality you can hear. Absolutely. So Chet's working on something using my product, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it ends up. It's going to be a cool one, I think. There, but
Yep.
Pappy.
I am Fred Pappy Henry, West Georgia Rods and Customs. You can find me on the Facebooks of pages and the YouTubes and the Instagrams, and you can find me on Brian's Got Fuels Garage on Saturday nights where we're hanging out having a good time. If you got questions or something, you can jump in there on Saturday night and ask questions. We'll try to give you a definitive answer to it, but you can also find me on the Luka C Facebook page and
Yes,
group.
you can.
Got any questions
I
there?
can't get him to stop posting on there. I'm trying. Sorry, everybody.
Anywho, but we're going to shoot this over to Mr. George.
Thank you, Pappy. I'm George Oppenheim. I have Facebook group is Kitchen Table Scale Models. Pretty active on that, and I also have a YouTube channel of the same name, Kitchen Table Scale Models. I lurk on Facebook quite a lot. You'll see me popping up in a lot of the groups. I just enjoy the interaction and answering questions and reading answers, and I'm pretty active on Luka's page, so
Yes, you are.
you'll see my name pop up.
Yeah, and you'll see him in the producer. He's one of my producers.
That is
He's
that
in the
is true.
producer scroll at the end of these
And
things.
it is an honor.
Yeah, so I appreciate you've been with me for a long time and supporting
No,
as a friend, and
it's reciprocal.
Yes. Feel sorry for him.
And who we got up here?
Yeah. And so, well, you guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're already on my channel, so who cares? But this is me, Luka C, a.k.a. Matt. And I'm just going to keep on doing this stuff. We're coming up in October. It'll be 9 years for me
Actually,
doing this YouTube crap. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. And it bends my mind. And I still love making these videos because the thing that what's so fun about the all of us, we get such a charge. It was brought up. We all do our channels and are involved on social media and love helping everybody else out and learning from everybody. But it's great to share what we learn and what we do and share it with all of you, opinions, whatnot, to just make the hobby better. And that's why we do what we do. It's a lot of fun because we're not becoming billionaires by it.
Still waiting on my first check.
Billions of dollars. And we love it. We love what we're doing. We have a good time getting
That we
together,
do.
talking these subjects. So
Yep.
I want to thank you all for watching, listening, wherever you might be, over on the channel. We are not on, as far as the latest shows. I got locked out of Spotify. Spotify. So we're not on Spotify anymore with the new.
Find us on the tube of glue now. I mean, the
So
tube of you.
it's just on YouTube right now for now. We'll let you know when that's all fixed. So I know there's some people that have been asking, "Hey, man, haven't you guys put any shows out? It's been a while, And it turns out that they're just listeners on Spotify. Awful sorry about that, but I don't know. Spotify changed how they're doing some stuff, and I might have to start all over with Spotify and load all the stuff and have a whole new channel on Spotify. So we'll see what happens. Right now, just haven't had the time because we're just doing what we're doing, and I got some models to build.
I do too. I got to
try to finish, which is something challenging for me. And
no,
guys, I love the support I get from friends.
We say that in love.
Yes, we do.
These dudes are awesome, and well. That's how we do this here, and we got a doggy in the picture here.
Woof.
Yoo-hoo! All right, so, Fred, you go ahead and do what you do.
Oh, I don't act dumb. Okay. Idiot. Folks, we really do. We appreciate y'all listening to this evening. As usual, as I always close out everything, I don't know. Why do I close out everything? Because Matt's got something to say after I say it. But anyhow, folks, as I always say, if you can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Matt, take it away.
Nah, I'm going to hand it over to Irvin. It's his favorite part.
Here are the producers.
Yada da 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 yada da da
You see
da.
how he mixes it up every time. It's always something different. That's why, man, Irvin,
you're not taking home the cloud.
Hold, please.
We have a clap again.
No, it didn't work. I don't know where it went to. I'll find it after we start.
I just saw mine too.
I don't have one. I got rid of that back in about 19. Oh, wait a minute, that's a different story.
Irvin's the last place you'll look.
I quit looking.
I have this really nice piece of stuff that it's
that'll work.
It's donated by a place I work at, and it's very hard. And there we go.
There you go. That'll work.
Everybody, Chet, Billboard builds.
No, I was just saying. There's a new face there I don't recognize.
That's Chet.
Hey,
Billboard
Chet.
builds.
I'm above you.
Look at this.
On my screen, you're below me, so
there.
That's how it's recording.
It's over there. There we go. Ears.
Yeah. So I'm above you, and George is right next to you.
Yeah.
And
George is that way.
next to me,
Chet's that way. I know where Herb's at. He's right there.
Finally,
Beautiful.
figured out a way to word that.
All right. Chet's went blank.
Uh-oh.
He went dark.
He went
Oh
dark.
no!
Easy, Fred. Don't pull a hammy.
That ain't what I'm worried about.
Chet needs to turn his lights back on.
Yeah. Chet, put your camera back on.
My camera's on.
We can't see you, Bubba.
We can't see you.
You're all blacked out.
Just a wardrobe malfunction?
There you go.
There you go.
cooking.
There, now we can see Chet.
Problem is,
There we go.
wow, what's that? An airplane landing?
Oh, there he went. It's not me this time. I didn't do it.
No, it's always you. I have this. This I have.
I have my Wallace's.
My pleasure,
There he is.
Fred.
He's back.
Herb, you found your clap it?
Nope.
Nope. The job is yours this time, Pappy.
No, you got it.
You have to make
I have to
happen,
clap. Let me know when.
whenever you want. You guys ready to go?
Let's roll.
No time like the present.
Little time like president. Pappy giving a clap,
And,
and check
and-
goes out. Oh, shit. Here we go.
Oh, don't start doing that.
I need to stay up a little bit later this evening than normal. I mean, it's Saturday. My God, what have I got to do?
All right. Try
All
to get.
All right, back to this.
Quick.
All right,
Hurry up.
take 4. It's the Porsche 1/12 scale.
Hold that thought, Fred.
Irv, what are you doing?
All right, I couldn't hold it any longer.
That's what 7,200 miles does for you.
That's what 7,200 miles does for you.
It's talking back.
Everything now. Is it a box stock?
Hold that thought.
How IPMS does, what we like to build. Cars, trucks.
Hold that thought.
I thought it was cut the fingers and glue it with super glue.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Here's the clap.
I like what Pappy says, so I always let him do the closeout thing.
I appreciate it.
Got to use the good stuff.
Why do we build model cars?
Because it smells good. Thank you for saying what you said a while ago about the Led Zeppelin song.
Yeah.
Because I'm here to tell you, there's been many a song played while I use this. And there's been a lot of brain cells burned out because of it. Well, a few other things, but
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh,
That answers everything, Fred. Everything's
There
been
could be a
answered.
cause and effect thing going on there.
It's only when Fred's on.
No, it's not. It's only when I open my big mouth.